Hey, how's it going? So, in this video, I'm going to do a very deep analysis on my relationship with taking pictures. And by very deep, I mean pointless. And if you can't tell, the new goal for my video, or my channel, has been to make videos with increasingly specific topics until people stop watching. So let's get into this analysis. The first question is, do I like taking pictures? If you were to guess, what would you say? Short answer is not really. But the point of this video is to ask why. Well, if you don't know, I'm kind of a hater, right? I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, I literally thought that listening to music made by another guy was gay. Why did I think that? I don't know. No one ever told me that. I just thought it was gay. Literally gay, so I never did it. In my 20s, I had a blog where I just wrote about things that were stupid. I disguised it as a blog to save money, but really it was just me complaining about things I thought were expensive, right? So that's the kind of person I was, or maybe am a little bit. I'm 35 now, so I'm a little bit more chill. But can someone like that enjoy taking pictures? Probably not. So let's dive a little bit deeper into why I am the way I am. And here's the theory I came up with maybe 2 years ago, and on why I'm a hater. And this is the theory. The theory was, hey, I have an older brother that I pretty much idolized. I love this guy, or I still love this guy. I basically wrote he's like super cool. Everyone likes him. I never met anyone that didn't like him. I basically wrote his coattails on his reputation like throughout high school and college. But anyways, when I was younger, I believed everything he said. Everything he told me was the truth of God. I literally got in arguments with my friends over stuff that he told me that wasn't true. And I liked everything that he liked, right? And because I liked everything that he liked, I wasn't able to develop my own interests on things that I like. And then I would just default to everything being stupid. Hence, I thought everything was stupid. So my wife told me that theory doesn't make any sense because the jump to thinking everything was stupid is kind of a big jump, and like normal people wouldn't do that. But that's my theory on why I am the way I am. So yeah. So talking a little bit about my relationship with my brother. I watched this video earlier, and it's like the best video, and it kind of describes our relationship pretty well. So I'm gonna play it.
No, this is a PSA. Younger siblings, you guys are worthless. You bring nothing to the table. You are absolutely worthless. I see some of you guys getting mad. Like, no, man, no. I have a personality. Where do you think you got that from, dummy? Us. Clothes, culture, money. People are like, I have opinions. No, you don't. And then you have the audacity to be like, hey, why are you so melodramatic? Because I went to war for you. Mom and Dad was my Vietnam, and you guys are like, whatever, everybody loves me, see ya. It's such bullshit, right? Elder siblings, our entire life, don't we walk through the world like, do people love me? And you guys are like, everybody loves me. Mom and Dad fucked up with you, not with me, see ya.
All right, so I think that's like a perfect video of how I feel as a second child. I think he's spot on.
No, this is a PS.
Because my brother actually has like so much trauma from my parents, and I literally felt none at all. And I literally like didn't even know that trauma was a thing. Up until today, right? Do I actually have trauma? Enter my mom. All right. So when I was a kid, and even now to this day, my mom loves taking pictures. Like she just loves taking pictures, and the way she goes about it is like really aggressive. So she kind of like doesn't really give a shit about anyone that's around the surroundings. And she'll just like, let's say you're talking to your friend, and she's like, hey, let's take a picture. And then you'd be like talking to me, oh, okay. And you pose. And then she'd be like, oh, you should fix your hair. You should, we should turn the lights on. You should smile a little bit more. And then she would go, okay, 1, 2, 3, picture. So it would take like 45 seconds to take a picture, right? And this is like with you inside your house. Like imagine if you're in public and she's trying to tell you to take a picture, right? And she will like ask someone to take a picture, and then they'll take like 5 or whatever. So I don't have any good memories of her doing this as a kid anymore, but I went out with her like last year. We went out on a family outing, and she was like that. So imagine that as a kid, and then that's the trauma I had from my mom about taking pictures. So that is like a reason probably why I'm not into taking pictures. So here's a graph I made, and I made it this ratio, which is like the y-axis is going to be your picture quality, and the x-axis is going to be the amount of time it takes to take this picture, right? So there's like this ratio between the quality of the picture over the time it takes to take that picture, right? So I'm kind of like in that blue square where I don't really care about picture quality. I'm really about how much time and how big of an inconvenience it is to take this picture. Whereas my mom's like really up on this y-axis, this upper right y-axis, x-axis, where it's like she don't give a fuck about how long it takes. She just makes sure the picture quality is high and is like exactly what she wants. So I think this led me as a child to not like taking pictures, and that kind of bled into my adulthood. And then here's a graph about that I made for how much my mom likes taking pictures from ever since I known her to today, and it's always been super high. A y-axis is love for pictures, and then x-axis is time. Okay, so exhibit 2, enter my wife. In my 20s, I took a lot of photos. Like a lot of photos. I took a lot of photos in my 20s, right? As the photographer and also as the subject. And I have a fear of taking photos in a place where everyone's trying to take photos, and then everyone is watching you take this photo, and you take it, and then your wife doesn't like the photo, and you gotta do it again, right? And that's like probably my biggest fear. And I've been to like 30 countries with her in the last, several years. So we've taken a lot of photos. So just believe me when I say it. And that also, with my childhood, you can see how taking photos is not that fun. All right, so I added my wife and myself onto this graph as well. And as you can see here, I think probably in college or in your 20s, she really liked taking photos, and then eventually kind of died down a little bit. And you're just older, you don't have the energy, doesn't matter as much anymore. And for me, I actually never liked taking photos, and then recently I've gotten more into it, and I'll talk about that in a second. Another positive is that both myself and my wife are like very unphotogenic. Her more than me. I look okay, but she looks really different in her photos than in real life. Like in real life, she's good looking. In her photos, is like, I don't know, it's not as great. And I don't know why there's a big gap. It's just weird. It's like you look at her, she looks great. You put your phone on her, and then like just on the phone, it just looks different. I don't know what it is, but there's a big gap. So that definitely helped in our picture taking. I feel like if we were both more photogenic, we would take more photos. But here's kind of where I discovered I actually like taking photos. And when I moved to my new house, my co-founder or my friend bought me a Google Home, and the Google Home will just just take pictures from my phone that I take and just automatically puts them up there. So then I'll be like just chilling in the kitchen, and it'll just show me these photos of like these memories I had. So what I've been doing to optimize for pictures is I actually take a lot of pictures now. Probably not as many as I used to take, but like more than your average person. But what I do is I just take them without telling people I'm taking them, right? So if you're eating dinner, I'll just be like, oh, take a picture. And what it helps with the memory, so I can remember, oh, we did this. But I optimize for not inconveniencing anyone. And it's really awesome because now I'm just like at home, I have all these memories of things that I did, and it's there. The downside is that people in the photos don't look that great, but I think it's more for the memories than anything, so that's just something that people have to suffer for. Luckily for me and my wife, we already don't look good in photos, so it doesn't really matter. All right, cool. So that's my analysis on taking photos. Hope you found it remotely interesting. See you next video.